while underwater on the moon.
IronFury, if you're there, do you have any thoughts on Rise?
No, except, what my internet just did. It shit out on it, which means obviously it doesn't give a fuck about this game, and neither do I.
Alright. So then they showed The Witcher 3, which I don't really understand because I haven't played the first two, but it looks pretty cool. All them swords, but I'm still not that interested in it.
Yeah, it was okay looking. I mean, I've heard good things about the series, so
Yeah. So then they showed off Killer Instinct, um, which
Oh,
we've
Jesus
learned a lot
Christ.
about this since they revealed it,
hmm
and it's probably going to be the worst fighting game in quite some time, and they make Capcom look like gods.
yeah,
Let me just say this. Let me just say this. It's not fair to just combine what we saw before and after. I think we should talk about our initial impressions when we first saw it, then kind of talk about it after we found out more about it.
All right, that's fair. Well, from looking at it from the first time, this game looked awesome.
It did. It looked like, except I noticed one thing. It looked like they were going in the same style as Street Fighter 4 as far as like the look.
Yeah.
It had that like bulky cell shaded look, which is fine, but it didn't quite have that Killer Instinct look. And we noticed that they were only showing two characters, Jago and Saberwolf, and lo and behold, it turned out there was a reason for that.
Yep, and that reason was that this game is going to be what they describe as day one digital free to play. But here's the catch: you only get one character and have to buy the rest of them
yep.
for an un.
Uh,
So this game is officially just no.
Yeah,
why?
that's what fucked it over.
That's not how fighting games work.
Not at all.
At least these are
No.
free to play fighting games. At least give you like four characters.
I know, right?
Yeah, you can't even do anything but mirror matches.
I mean,
Hell,
shoot.
even the earliest fighting games gave you at least more than one character.
hmm I mean,
Street Fighter 1 gave you two.
there's a free to play Tekken game coming out today, and you get four characters. I mean, not four, eight characters. The rest you have to pay for, but you get those eight for free.
I forgot they
Fucking
came out
Mortal
today,
Kombat
actually.
9 demo gave you more characters. The demo! Not even the full game. The demo.
The
This
demo.
is this is inexcusable.
So Killer Instinct destined to fail in my opinion.
Oh, which is a shame because it looked like it had high hopes. But of course, looking at the people who made the game, it turned out that it wasn't a shock at all that this thing would be a steaming pile of garbage.
Yep. So then we got to see Project Spark, which basically to me it looks like Microsoft's response to Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
But at the
I
same time, it looks boring at first, like the fact that you have to build the world. But then the combat stuff they showed off looks pretty unique.
Yeah, it definitely comes off as one of those things where it's like half the game is going to be like dreadfully boring and tedious and just time consuming and makes it wants me to fall asleep apparently. And then another part of the game looks like, "Oh, this is fun. This is exciting. This is unique. This is original. This is pretty cool looking."
Yeah, like they showed like he was running towards enemies and made like this giant, and he's like it was like surfing on land that he was controlling as
Yeah,
he went
that was
towards the
awesome.
characters. Yeah,
Like
that
if
was
they,
pretty
if they
great.
there's definitely going to be two aspects to this. There's going to be like the god simulation where you're creating the world and everything, and that's kind of cool in and of itself. I mean, they've done that before, not to this extent, but they've done it before with games like Black and White, and even going as far back as the Super Nintendo with games like ActRaiser. You know, and that there can be something there that people will enjoy. But I have to say, personally, it looks like it bores me to death, and the second style of gameplay, the actual action-adventure game, that looks like it's going to be fun as fuck, with the whole manipulating the surroundings around you and just being basically.
Oh, he went quiet.
Hmm.
He went quiet. Let's give him a second. Let's see where this goes. Okay. So I guess we'll have no choice but to kind of move on. Oh wait, no, he's back. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
I was just talking and they didn't hear me at all, did they?
No.
Nope.
No, we lost you
Fucking hell.
for only about 20-25 seconds, but we lost you there for a bit.
As I was saying, I said the second half looks like it's going to be fun as hell.
Yeah. Well, then they showed, this was the big reveal. We've all been waiting for it. We didn't see it coming. Minecraft. Xbox One
Oh,
Edition.
man. You know
I
what
was
kills me?
so hype. Not
No.
really. Not
No.
even a little bit.
I was on the
No.
floor.
You know what kills me about this? And I think anybody who knows anything about Minecraft knows this, is that no matter what the fuck features they put in this new Xbox One version, it's meaningless. Doesn't matter. You know why? Because the PC version will be able to have that shit no problem with mods.
Yep. And the PC version's always going to be better because first off, it's the original version. It's the one that it's mostly heavily developed for. They have
Not to,
mods and they get new stuff first.
yeah, I was gonna say they have the modding community, which makes all other versions fucking pointless.
So next on this list was probably, personally, my favorite part of this presentation, and that was Dead Rising 3.
Hmm.
I am disappointed that it's an Xbox One exclusive,
But it looks like a great game.
but it looks really fun. People are complaining that they don't see the quirkiness yet, but that doesn't mean it's not there. We haven't seen him. We haven't seen the Nick character interact with any other humans yet.
Well, let me put it this way: how often do you see a fucking mechanic call in for an airstrike?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I mean, is that something that we could just do on a regular basis now?
I guess so. And then
I'm not gonna lie.
Go ahead.
This one didn't grab me as much. I mean, it looks like it'd be a fun game, but I never really played the Dead Space games, which is, I guess,
Dead
kind of
Rising,
ornate.
boy.
Or Dead Space, Dead Rising. They're point proven. I don't really care about these games. I've never played them.
Well, you
You
should
know?
play
Should.
2. 2 is fun.
Yeah.
So, this one didn't capture me as much. However, another game we will be talking about that was the big reveal, or was the final game that they talked about, that one I liked.
You mean Titanfall?
Damn right.
We already talked about Titanfall.
Well, we're talking about it again.
No, we're not.
It was pretty interesting.
Then was Forza Motorsport 5 Racing.
Yawn.
Cars, vroom vroom.
They look good.
I mean, I mean, you know what?
You know what? What?
What'd you say?
Oh, god damn it.
Wait, no, okay, I can hear you again.
I'm about to leave. This is starting to piss me off. We'll try this. I'm going to keep talking for a little longer. If this happens again, I'm out.
All right. Well, next
But,
there was Quantum Break.
don't care.
It looked fine.
It looks fine, but they've said here's some gameplay and we got a cutscene instead.
Yeah. Unless you
So
know press buttons and they didn't kind of tell you.
24
Yeah.
meets Doctor Who. Who cares?
the only two things remaining right now, up next, Battlefield 4, which now Xbox One will get DLC first. So basically, right now as it stands, Xbox kind of has this grip on FPSs. For both two major series, Call of Duty and Battlefield, they do get the DLC first.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yawn.
while that doesn't appeal to any of us, I can see why that could appeal to the dude bro gamer people.
Yeah.
The dude bros who don't give a shit about the fact that the thing's an abomination.
Yeah. And
Really?
finally, they Xbox revealed that they were getting Journey, which was previously a PSN exclusive title.
Mm-hmm.
We saw gameplay of the character walking through the desert,
Right.
but then it was revealed that in this version of Journey, the main character is Master Chief, and
Yeah.
they renamed Journey to Halo, which I think is ridiculous. Journey is a much better name.
I still don't understand, like, why was he wearing the cloak in the first place?
I know. Well, you got to protect yourself even in the goddamn fucking Spartan helmet.
Yep, all that armor that Phew. Sam's really gonna get in your face with all that armor on. So Microsoft's press conference ended with the big, what we've been all waiting for, the cost of the system, which was the big thing. Like, how much money are they asking for? Well, it turns out they're asking for $500 goddamn dollars.
And the
And
dude bros are gonna fucking shell that out, no problem.
and I said, no thank you. They almost had me. I'll admit, they almost had it. Titanfall had me leaning towards getting both the PS4 and an Xbox One. Until the price. I
Yeah,
cannot do that.
that's $500. Like, nobody was gonna pay that much for a game system.
Nope.
That's not true. All the
Well,
fucking frat boy dude bros will pay for it.
yeah, they'll pay for it, but the real gamers should not. And of course, the blind fanboys will pay for it. But
So,
Wait till E3. Wait till E3.
and yeah, they showed us some games, but then they made the console too expensive. So
Yep.
A console that spies on you, no less.
So Microsoft's press conference, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you guys give it?
6.
I'll be nice and give it a 7.
I'm gonna be a douche and say give it a right straight down the middle. I'm gonna give it a 5. They showed some cool stuff, but not enough cool stuff to make me care. So it was just an average conference to me. Um, IronFury, you wanna tribute your score?
Yeah, I said 6.
I didn't even hear you.
Oh, god damn it.
Well,
Well,
moving on.
this is going as well as Microsoft's conference.
It is, and to make matters worse, my headset just started beeping.
Yeah, which is funny because you know what? We never mentioned that they botched during the conference for the Battlefield.
Oh my god, there's two botches we're gonna talk about.
I didn't notice it.
Oh
The
yeah.
fucking
Oh my
video
god,
stopped
the
playing.
video they started the trailer and then it ended. It froze and ended.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
The presenter looked so pissed.
Yep.
Oh, he was furious.
He was about to walk off stage and be like, fuck this company. Somebody was about to get fired, and they probably did.
I was gonna say they probably were fired actually.
But as I was saying, the only reason I gave Microsoft's presentation a 6 and not a 2 is because of Titanfall. That
Titanfall saved it that much for you?
Titanfall and the second half of Spark. That pretty much, gave it a 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Do you
because
guys want to
otherwise,
talk about EA and Ubisoft, by the way? I know this is terrible to talk about now, but do you think it's worth talking about, or just skip it
no,
over?
No.
no.
Okay. So, that means we are moving on to the next conference. The one that, not really a conference, actually, I'll take that back. We are going to talk about the brand new Nintendo Direct, which feature brand new games for both Wii U and the 3DS console.
Nintendo, I gotta say, I mean, for as short as it was, they put on a good show.
Yes, very, very strong showing from
I,
Nintendo.
I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna talk about this a little later, but I didn't think that Nintendo would be able to top Sony. And they still didn't, but they came a lot closer than I thought they would.
Which I agree with. They came close.
They came a lot closer than I thought they would have.
Yeah.
But I think that the lack. I mean, we got the new Smash Brothers stuff, which
Mega Man!
Mega
Yeah,
Man.
we're gonna talk more about that in a little bit. But
That was
other
great.
than that, we really didn't get a lot. We got some nice things, but nothing groundbreaking that would have topped Sony's performance.
We got more stuff after the Nintendo Direct than we did during the
Yeah,
Nintendo Direct. So that says something.
but Nintendo, I gotta say, good job. Although it wouldn't have been this hard, it wouldn't have been hard to come in second place this year.
Yep.
It would not have been hard at all. There was no way Microsoft was going to have a decent showing, even without, even if they did bring on a bunch of good games. There was no way they were going to do it
Not even a
because
little.
everybody is still pissed off at them for the whole Xbox One reveal.
And then all that used games garbage, which is entirely. If you want to hear our reactions about that, you can go watch the discussion video about the Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
But
Which
is
yeah,
that's self story.
that's its own thing.
Yeah. So we got our new 3D Mario game. It's Super Mario 3D World.
It was really
Looks
underwhelming.
pretty.
Yeah.
You know what? Of course it's going to be. Of course it's going to be underwhelming. I've mentioned this before we started this, but when they made Super Mario Galaxy 2, what the hell else could they do to make it even bigger? What are they going to make, a Super Mario Galaxy 3 and just keep making Mario Galaxy games from now on?
Mario
No way.
Universe.
Which would basically be Mario Galaxy 3.
It'd be Mario Universe.
But anyway,
It's Bowser.
the fact is, Nintendo blew their load when they made the Galaxy games.
Yeah.
They went way too big, you know? So there's not really much else you can do. It's nice to see them kind of pull back a little bit and give us just a good 3D Mario game that isn't trying to be anything super grand or super huge, or you know what I mean? It's just going to be a good Mario game. And you know what? I know nobody here has actually played the game yet because it's not out yet, but it's going to be a good game. I mean, that's
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
much
absolutely.
Mario
you
games are
know
always good.
that's it. Then it doesn't even matter what Nintendo does at this point when it comes to Mario. They have this. They set the bar when it comes to just making good games because they always make quality games.
Yep.
Even with all the bullshit shovelware from third-party games on the Wii, Nintendo's first-party games are always guaranteed to be from decent to really good.
Yeah.
So, but one of the most interesting things about this new Mario game to me is that Peach is playable. So
Peach and Toad.
what are they going for story wise here? Every Mario game, almost every Mario game so far, has been, oh my God, Peach has been captured. We must go get her. So if she's helping them out, what's going on?
They
Seems like a
kidnapped.
nice homage to 2.
They kidnapped Bowser.
Who?
Well, who knows? Maybe it's some other bullshit thing. Maybe it's you know what? During the trailer, it looked like there was like Power Stars too and shit.
What if the villain from 2 came back and kidnapped Bowser?
I thought it was a dream.
He
So?
was.
That doesn't
Although it
mean
Shy
he
would be
Guy,
couldn't
nice.
turn into reality.
Shy
Although I
Guys
will
are in
say, it would
Mario.
be nice to see. It would be nice to see Wart come back.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, he's okay.
You know what? Even if he wasn't like the main villain, it'd be nice to have him come back in some capacity. Maybe like a Wart versus Bowser kind of thing.
That'd be interesting.
What if it's
That would be.
Waluigi?
That would actually be a pretty cool idea. Have like a game where it's like Wart and Bowser are at war and shit, and it's fucking with everyone else. So you gotta stop them both.
Hmm.
I don't know. Who knows?
But they also showed off more of Wind Waker HD, which looks beautiful. but of course it does. I mean,
It's Wind Waker.
it's Wind
you know.
Waker.
Yeah.
This is one of those things that there's not really much to say, because if you like Wind Waker, you're gonna want this. If you've never played Wind Waker but you want to try Wind Waker, you're gonna want this. And if you just like Zelda but never played Wind Waker, you're gonna want this. And if you don't, well then you didn't give a shit in the first place, so there's nothing really more to say.
Yep.
Mhm.
Which they've done a really good job with doing this HD version of it, though.
Yeah.
But they also showed after Nintendo Direct, we got more news on A Link to the Past 2, which is now, oh god, what's the name of it?
Link Between Worlds.
A Link Between Worlds.
A Link Between Worlds, yeah.
Looks
Which
really good to me.
Still looks really good to me. I would love a release date on that, but
Definitely looking forward to that one. I don't
Yep.
even have a 3DS, but that game, along with Pokemon X and Y, and a couple of other games, is definitely making me consider buying a 3DS.
oh, the 3DS is so worth it. So worth
I
it.
will get one.
But I guess we can talk about Pokemon now while
Yes.
we're at it. We got a new stuff for Pokemon X and Y, and I'm kind of pissed about it because they introduced the Fairy type, which is rumored ever since they showed us um, the new Eevee evolution.
Hmm.
I
And,
don't personally have anything wrong with the Fairy type, but the only problem is when you introduce a new type, you have to redo the entire system, because you have to basically find ways to put it in places and stuff like that. And plus, not to mention, if you're not making all new Pokemon with this, you got to change the old ones up a little bit, which they did. We now know that Jigglypuff is a Fairy type,
The Clefairy is not.
but
Mar-
Clefairy isn't, which makes no
Marill
sense.
is a Fairy type.
Gardevoir is a Fairy type.
Gardevoir.
Yeah, Gardevoir is a Fairy type.
Okay. Whatever.
Am I a fairy type?
And that new Sylveon or whatever the hell it is.
Is a Fairy type, and the biggest thing about Fairy types is that they picked Fairy types. So think about this: Jigglypuff versus Dragonite. Jigglypuff wins
Yeah.
because
But hey, you know what? On the bright side, they're weak to poison, so now poison can kill other things than leaf.
they're weak to poison.
Okay.
I think they're weak to poison. Finally, as someone who likes to use poison types, it's good to see that there are things that are actually going to be weak to poison.
At least there's some balance here.
And the thing is, because poison is strong against grass types, but most grass types are poison types.
Yep.
So, yeah, that kind of no longer works out.
Hmm.
So what else did Nintendo show us? I guess we can just go ahead and talk about the. Oh, they
Mario
showed us
Kart.
Mario Kart,
Oh,
which
yeah.
you know what? It looks like Mario Kart.
Mhm.
So
It's fun. So it's fun. So
yeah, not much to say about that. It looks like a Mario Kart. Couple new features here and there, of course, but for the most part, it's
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
We could also talk about Monolith Soft.
The what?
Oh, X.
Oh,
X.
X. Xenogears.
Xenogears.
Yeah.
That looks amazing.
Yep.
That looks fun. I hope that it looks as we see more of it. I hope it continues to look as enjoyable as it does right now.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Definitely looks interesting to me.
yeah, it looks something kind of different. So I'll take it. There's they showed more of the Wonderful 101, which I still think looks like garbage.
I wouldn't say, you know what, I didn't see enough of it to really say it looks like garbage, but it doesn't seem like something I particularly would want to play. Kind of looks like it would be like a Pikmin-y kind of game.
Yeah. But then we
Which,
saw the good stuff from Platinum, which was Bayonetta 2.
Yep. Yep.
And she has a new design that looks a lot better in my opinion.
Hmm.
Shorter hair and like wing looking things.
Yeah. And then I already saw like the new mechanics. We got better Wicked Weave moves and stuff. Seems like she got a new whip move as well. And she's teaming up with her best buddy John.
And by the way, if you're interested in Bayonetta stuff, go over to Adolfo's channel, RMG Darkstrider, where him and Jalen are playing the original game.
Yep. Yep.
Boom, boom,
Which
boom,
there'll be
boom.
a link to that in the description. So, yeah. Uh, oh. Everyone was getting excited to see what Metroid Prime developer Retro Studios was making, and it turns out it's Donkey Kong Country. Tropical Freeze.
Tropical Freeze.
Mm-hmm.
And they still have not brought back K. Rool.
No, but they brought back Dixie Kong.
Dixie Kong.
Yeah, they brought her back.
Yep.
Okay then.
But it still looks like Donkey Kong Country, so nothing exactly, oh my god, wow. I mean,
Although they
I like
apparently had
Donkey
some
Kong
new
Country.
apparently they had some new camera shots and shit.
Yeah, new camera angles for certain stuff, which is fine. However, I would like a new Metroid game that's not Other M. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was just confirmed right now that Bayonetta 2 will have multiplayer.
Wow.
All right, we've kind of stalled this long enough. Enough with the other crap that Nintendo put out. Which, don't get me wrong, they put out a lot of good stuff. But let's be honest, we all are here for one thing.
Super Smash Brothers.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yep, and boy, did it started off kind of cool, then
Saw
got
some.
kind of weak.
We saw some new stages. There's a Spirit Track stage.
Mega
Which
Man
looked
stage.
fucking awesome. But as I was saying, the the new trailer for Smash Bros. 4 looked kind of cool at first. Then it got kind of weak a little bit, and then it got holy fuck, is this awesome?
I gotta tell you something. While you were talking just now, Skype glitched out. So when you said it, this might not appear in the video, but what we heard was you were like at first.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now?
You turned
Yes.
into a DJ mixing that shit.
Anyway, anyway,
I'm gonna call you
as I was
DJ.
as I was trying to
DJ
say,
Fury.
Big Master Fury.
But yeah, the
actually, funny
trailer.
enough, that's the nickname for my older brother.
Really?
But yeah. But anyway, so the trailer started off kind of cool. It looked like, oh, this is gonna be nice. Then it got kind of weak for a little bit
The
because
villager.
the Animal Crossing villager is gonna be playable, which is cool on its own. But that's not something that you really want for your big reveal. Especially since he was the only person that we were seeing that was new. Until, however, Mega Man.
Mm-hmm.
Mega Man.
And holy fuck, did they make Mega Man look awesome
He has a crap ton of power ups from
from the
across
classic
the
series.
classic series.
You know what the best part is? It's Mega Man. It's not a bad box art Mega Man. It's not Mega Man ZX. It's not Mega Man Legends Mega Man. It's Mega Man.
And
It's classic Mega Man from the NES.
Which it's good to see because now we know that Mega Man isn't dead like Capcom wishes he was.
yeah.
Yep.
Ha!
Which is funny because they just revealed that Nintendo likes Mega Man more than Capcom.
Yep.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? If
Maybe they'll
Capcom hates
can
Mega Man so much, they would
give.
sell the rights to Mega Man to
Yes.
Nintendo. Yes,
Oh my
please.
god, that would be
Yes,
awesome.
please.
Do
And
that.
then have the original guy who made Mega Man go over to Nintendo. Yes, please.
That would be a great addition to Nintendo, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it would. Yes, 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 it would.
So I think that about wraps it up for Nintendo. Um, so scoring time on a scale of 1 to 10.
8.
8.5.
Eggs!
I'm gonna go with 8.5 as well.
I
Really,
definitely
really solid showing.
Mm-hmm.
really solid showing as far as the Nintendo Direct goes. The only reason I'm not giving it any higher is because there was a lot of stuff on there that, kind of don't give a shit about, like the whole Wii U Fit and the Wii Sports U and all that shit. I don't give a shit about any of that. Wii Party U, I don't care.
That's why we didn't talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if they didn't have that stuff, And maybe some big news, like a price drop in the Wii U or bigger sized Wii U's coming out.
Which they
That would
need
have
to
been.
do. They really do.
They do need to do that. If they did something like that, that would have been a 10 out of 10, and they would have taken this whole thing.
The thing is that right now, this is only kind of related, but they have sent out to GameStop and Best Buy in order to take the 8 GB standard version of the Wii U off the market.
Really? So they're adding
Yes.
another version of it then?
Either people think they're adding a new version and then price dropping the deluxe, but then we didn't get anything at E3, so now we don't know what's going on with that. But they're plotting something with the Wii U. We could
And
hear
if
something about by the end of the week because E3's just started, so
yeah,
they're having
if they
Nintendo Directs all week long.
so if we get anything on that, that's going to be huge. And if they do anything big with that, they very well could take this whole thing.
They could, but
I don't think they will though, because we're about to get into it. Sony put on a pretty good goddamn performance.
they put on. At first, it started off kind of slow. I was getting kind of worried, but once they started pumping out games, oh my god, it was over. So
Yeah.
we'll start. They
Although
talked about the Vita first.
Okay.
Um, they were like, oh, here's a whole bunch of Vita titles. We got 80 in development for this year, uh, which isn't too bad. But the Vita right now doesn't have that killer app yet.
Yeah.
As a Vita owner, I'll admit they do not. They have good stuff on the Vita. Persona 4 Golden, Gravity Rush, Uncharted. They have some good stuff on it, but they don't have that really like, oh my god, must get this console. They do not have that killer app yet. Maybe it'll show up within the year. Who knows? Well, they didn't touch on the Vita for very long. They showed us trailers for all the upcoming PS3 titles, including The Last of Us, which comes out Friday, which I'm excited for. 2 years in the making.
Yep, yep.
And then that was it on PS3. They just showed some trailers for Gran Turismo 6 and all that other stuff, but then it was time to get into the meat of the conference. It was time for the PlayStation 4. And what was that game they started off with PS4 stuff? Something The Order 1886.
Yeah.
That looked really interesting, but I would have liked to have seen gameplay. But it's probably just really early on in development, so that's probably why we didn't see much of it.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't watch the E3 for Sony. I just got the footnotes version, so you guys might have seen things that I didn't. But if I hear something that I recognize, I'll definitely chime in.
All right. Let's see. There was also Elder Scrolls Online,
Yes! Yes!
which people expected that to be PC only, and then it was also revealed that the PS4s will get an exclusive beta, presumably right at launch.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big deal for Elder Scrolls fans. I'm not a fan of the franchise, but
I am.
yeah, he
Fuck,
that,
fuck the haters, I am.
and it did look pretty cool though. Like, it
Dude,
looks.
it looks like a fucking Elder Scrolls game with with the huge online world. Fuck yes, people have been talking about how they should have been doing that since Morrowind. It looks fucking awesome.
Yep. So, there's like so much stuff they showed off that I don't know where to keep going. They actually ended with Destiny. We just got
Like last time.
some gameplay of that,
Yeah.
which would have been a lot better had it not have that annoying dude commentating it when he was playing. But it looks fun. It looks
Mhm.
like, nice futuristic drop in, drop out co-op FPS. It's like they took stuff from Borderlands, um, like then they use like your Halo, obviously because it's Bungie.
Yeah.
They took elements of a bunch of different first-person shooter titles and put it all into one, which I'm fine with. Um, So I'm looking forward to Destiny. It looks like a pretty solid title to me. And, the fact that Sony's getting more stuff on that than Microsoft is, despite we know it's cross-platform, probably is leaning towards a future announcement that Sony's getting something exclusive out of them. That's what
Yeah,
I personally think.
I will say this: despite that, we've learned some things since last night. The fact that a lot of developers went to Sony first to present their stuff on their system first is definitely showing promise for the PS4.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I know there was a pretty big reveal for a lot of people who are fans of Square.
Oh, let's get into that.
There were
Boy.
big reveals from Square for the Sony's conference.
Mm-hmm.
Versus 13. Something we had been waiting on updates for about 2 years.
Yep.
We got a brand new trailer, and it was been officially announced that it is Final Fantasy 15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's unexpected.
And the game looks amazing still. But that wasn't the really big thing for me. The big thing is what came afterwards.
I was not prepared for that.
No
Something
one.
we have waited, as Jalen described it last night, a third of our life for. Kingdom Hearts 3. And if Chris was in this discussion right now, he'd be jizzing his pants still because that's all he wanted to see was Versus 13 and Kingdom Hearts 3. And he got them both within 5 minutes of each other.
We were all speechless.
Unfortunately, though, the news is not all good.
Nope, because we thought, and everyone thought, at least Kingdom Hearts would be a PS4 exclusive, but it was revealed in a Square Enix event roughly an hour ago that both Kingdom Hearts 3 and Final Fantasy 15 are being ported, not made for both consoles, but ported to the Xbox One.
Yep.
So it's no longer exclusive, which is going to hurt Sony a little bit. You know,
However,
maybe not as bad as, you might think, but it's going to hurt their conference because Sony put on a strong showing thinking, everybody thinking, "Oh, these are Sony exclusives." Well, no, they're not now.
Not anymore.
and we know why it's like that because Square Enix is not in a financially happy position.
Not at all.
Nothing is like selling the way they want it to. So obviously, I think they're done with exclusive stuff for now
Mm-hmm.
because they're just trying to make money. And from a business standpoint, I think they made the right call.
Yeah.
But as like a fan of Kingdom Hearts, like always being like the number of games have always been on a Sony console, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
little salty about it. But I see why they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's just a lot different. It's just really weird.
And someone asked Square Enix, hey, are you going to give Xbox gamers a chance to catch up on other games? And they said nope. So that's how you know it's just a cash grab by Square's
Yeah.
part.
Mm-hmm.
So then, let's see, what else? There wasn't really much else, actually, that I can think about talking about.
Oh, Andy.
Well, there was one pretty
There's,
big thing,
there is
and it
the,
has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with any actual games that were revealed.
it's the
But I think
console.
we may talk about this now. Nintendo or no, Jesus Christ, Nintendo. Sony directly taking a shit on Microsoft
Oh, they
all
just
night
all
Oh
long.
my
over.
god.
Yeah,
That
they.
video.
All night. They deliberately and brilliantly
Mm-hmm.
made Microsoft their bitch. Oh,
They're a bit.
Remix.
Yep.
But
they
Jack Tratton walked out on stage, and we thought, oh, here's the end of the conference. We thought it was about to end, and then he goes, I just want to come out here and say that we at Sony and PlayStation 100% support used games. And the crowd erupted. There were
Oh yeah.
cheers, people just applauding for like a good 5 minutes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
that crowd was
Mhm.
really happy. But it didn't end there. He
Nope.
then said that to play a single player game, you do not have to be connected to the internet.
Nope.
PSN will not check every hour to make sure it's still connected, and the console will function without being connected to the internet for more than 24 hours. So basically, to play a PS4 game, you do not need an internet connection whatsoever.
Not at all.
More
Yep.
cheers.
Although, speaking of internet, unfortunately, there is one thing that will be leaving Sony.
And that's
Free online.
Free online.
Um,
But the way I see it is that I've had PS Plus since December of 2010.
hmm
I've been a huge supporter of PS Plus. I think it's a great program because of all the benefits. So the fact that without increasing the price for PS Plus, the fact that one you're going to get PS4 games on launch, we're getting Drive Club. That's pretty great.
Exactly.
And we're going to get they announced a bunch of indie titles too. A big part of their presentation was a bunch of indie titles, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're going to get some of those indie games for free from PS Plus.
Oh yeah, that was another thing we forgot to mention from Sony. They had a huge thing about indie games.
Huge thing, including the announcement of a remake of the original Oddworld
Oddworld?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But I will say this about the PlayStation Plus thing though. It's going to cost $5 a month. For someone like me who, doesn't have a lot of money, that sounds like it's still a good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that I like having my online for free, but hey, you know what? $5 is a lot better than whatever Microsoft's charging.
Well, to get PS Plus, to get the whole program, it's $50 for a year. But you instantly gain access to 12 free games, which add up to way more than $50
hmm
from the get-go. And they're constantly changing out games. We get new ones like every month.
Yeah.
Like we're about to get Uncharted 3 and Saints Row the Third for free from PS
And
Plus
and XCOM.
and XCOM. So they're constantly giving us great titles. So I am personally perfectly okay with them adding multiplayer in to PS Plus because it also means that chances are the servers for the PS4 will be incredibly improved.
hmm
In addition to, they announced like one big thing that was people said was missing from the PS3: cross-game chat. The Xbox has had it for a while, and now they're adding it into PS4. So if I'm playing, let's say I'm playing Knack,
hmm
and Jalen's playing Infamous, well, we can still talk to each other. So we don't have to use any third-party thing like Skype on our computer to talk to each other. We can just talk to each other while playing the games on our consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Righto.
So then I guess, is there anything else besides the price?
I think that's it.
Oh, the console itself we saw.
Yeah. Yeah. We saw the console itself.
I like, a lot of people don't like the design, but I personally do.
It's a
I
tiny.
I heard that it looks like an eraser, but I don't see it.
I
Yeah,
see it.
I see
Well,
it.
it's
But
erasing the Xbox One from ever winning the war.
yep, it's erasing it from people's memories. But I like the design of the PS4. I like that it's not huge.
hmm
Yeah, it looks pretty slick.
Yeah, it's pretty slick. Where it's probably about the same size as the original slim PS3 is what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as it runs good.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And finally, they walked out on stage, and this is the moment we've been waiting for. How much is the PS4? There are rumors that there were going to be three models ranging from $400 to $600, and then they just dropped out and said there's one model and it's $400.
hmm
Sounds good to me.
I've already pre-ordered mine. I'm gonna tell you right now, I haven't paid for it yet because I got it through Amazon, and they don't charge you until it ships. But I have 100% pre-ordered my PlayStation 4, which has been revealed it does not come with the new PSI. But it does come with an HDMI cable and a headset.
That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it comes with a freaking headset and a controller and an HDMI cable for only $400. Like, come
hmm
on now, that's pretty good.
Honestly,
It
that's like,
sounds like you know what? I think Sony watched the Xbox One reveal and were like, "Yeah, we're gonna actually make the customers feel like we like them."
Yeah.
They definitely did a good job. I have to say, Sony, you had it real easy this year. You
Mm-hmm.
know, all you had to do was show up and say that your system was cheaper. You didn't have to do as much as you did, but you knocked it out of the park, and you did a real good job. Congrats, Sony. I
Yep.
think you deserve that deserves a round of applause.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
You know what, for what they had, like I said, they had a real easy opportunity, but they just knocked it out of the park.
Yep. So let's go ahead and give our scores for Sony. I'm giving them a 10 out of 10. That conference couldn't have been any better for me personally. So 10 out of 10 from me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to
I'm
give.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10 as well. I mean, they showed everything that I wanted to see, and then made sure that they didn't disappoint anybody.
I'm going to give it a 9.5. I'm not going to give it a full 10 out of 10 because not everything interested me, you know, but they still did a hell of a job.
Well, I believe I'll give it a 9.5 as well.
Oh,
Because
you guys suck. Oh my god, there's one thing we left out. The
Well,
What?
Assassin's Creed 4 demo absolutely crashing.
oh
Oh,
yeah.
that was hilarious.
Not probably near the end of this demo, I assume. The game just completely locked up, and the person just stood there for a minute, like, oh god, and then boom, Assassin's Creed 4. It was over.
Mm-hmm.
It was more funny than the Battlefield one.
Like a whole team got fired that day.
Yeah, they were just nope. But that just shows right
yeah.
there, Assassin's Creed still buggy as ever.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think that about does it for um,
E3 talk.
E3 talk.
For now.
Unless they announce some cool stuff throughout the week, which is entirely possible.
Oh yeah.
Especially since, they still got a whole week left, so we don't know what else we're going to see.
And they're still
Probably might
announcing
see some
stuff
cool
right
shit.
now.
Yeah,
Like
so
getting
we
news.
might come back for another conversation. Who knows?
Mm.
Maybe we can just like come back, review E3 as a whole. Like,
Maybe.
all the games we saw, all the news. Oh, it should be noted that the PS4 hard drive is 500 gigabytes. The console is region free, and the hard drive can be removed and upgraded.
Nice.
Yay.
So, more good news from Sony there.
Yeah. I think that's pretty much it.
Yep, I think that does it. So, thanks for listening, guys, if you made it to the end. We promise we'll do more of these in the future about different
And better
things,
quality.
better quality. No IronFury going out like that.
Or my internet fucking up.
Yep. So, we'll see you guys soon. RMG MD Punk, IronFury, Dogongo, and Hardcore Usopp signing off.
Good
Goodbye.
day, sir.
Later.